All right, we are live on a Tuesday morning.
How
Welcome
y'all
back.
doing? How
Listen,
y'all
we are
doing?
here for the Empowered Morning Show. And
Yes, we
of
are.
course, we are a little different this morning because it must have been some technical difficulties, baby. It's been so much rain and so much things going on that I guess StreamYard was like, baby, not today.
Not
So we
today.
didn't have an
Yes.
intro, but we are here. I hope you all can see us. So please let us know if you can see us here. Miss Doris, I see you. Your comment with Turning Around Tuesday.
Turn
Good morning, good
around
morning.
Okay, it did. It
Tuesday.
turned us around. It turned us around, literally.
Yes. Somebody
Literally.
sent me early this morning talking about some tough Tuesday. I was like, if you don't get off my phone, this ain't
We
no
don't
tough Tuesday. It
We
is
ain't doing
turn
no tough Tuesday.
around
Good morning, Miss
Tuesday.
Phyllis. So I'm assuming that y'all can't see us, so we
Okay,
just
well,
pop
that's a good thing.
in. And hey, it is what it is, and
It,
so we're gonna roll with that thing.
Because one
Hopefully,
monkey
everybody
don't
have a good
stop no
weekend.
show, like you said, baby.
Oh,
yes.
one monkey don't stop no show, baby.
Phyllis
Listen,
said, good, blessed Tuesday morning, empowered women and men of God.
yes,
Good,
we love it. We love it. We
blessed.
love it.
She said, blessed Tuesday morning. She put the blessed before Tuesday so the people recognize blessed Tuesday morning. This is not just no Tuesday morning. It's a blessed Tuesday,
Yes.
a turnaround Tuesday, a testimony Tuesday. I'm telling you, God is putting together your
And on time
testimony.
Tuesday.
And timing. It's the time. Regina, you just said that. Yes. Come on, say that one
Hello.
more time for the people.
Okay, and on timing. Okay, listen, it's all in the timing, you guys. What do you? How are you guys utilizing your time right now? Like this present time. What are we doing this morning? We're edifying. We're
Yes.
edifying one another. We're beginning our day edifying. Come on now. What do you think's gonna come?
Come
You know
on.
what?
You
We
know.
ain't waking up saying, "Oh my God, this is going on." Oh my God. You know what? You may be thinking it in your head, but you're not acting it out. You know what I'm saying? You're like, "Oh no, I'm not going to take this emotion
Yeah.
because it doesn't belong to me. It belongs to somebody else that is floating around who wants to accept it." Over here, we're not accepting anything less than what's going to bring peace and fulfillment to our life.
Oh, Reverend
Listen,
Pat.
Reverend Pat. This past weekend, we all three had the pleasure of
Yes.
being a part of the Rooted and Ready conference hosted by the visionary, the good Reverend Dr.
The,
Pat Flowers. You
come
hear
on.
me? It was such a beautiful experience. The vision was so huge,
Right.
and the women that showed up were definitely blessed by it, and every piece of it, from Dr.
Technology.
Sparkle coming on and hosting, from the fabulous playlist. Because when I tell y'all, if don't nobody else know how to play some music,
Right.
Pat Flowers knows how to play some music. You
Exactly.
hear me? Oh my God, it was so good. Um, I'm just saying, it was an amazing thing. So she said,
It was.
thank you so much for allowing God to use each of you so mightily on Saturday. I love y'all so much, and we love you too.
We send
It
love
was
back to
just
you.
great.
If you missed it, you missed something. Like,
You
and
did.
Yeah, it was very
it's
good.
so crazy how the distractions kept on coming, but we did not
Yes,
We
let
were
the
we were
distractions.
unbothered, like we've been talking
Yes,
about.
right.
Okay, unbothered.
unbothered.
And you know what? The beautiful thing to me is that as technology showed out, so did our sisters. Meaning that when something wouldn't do what it was supposed to do, somebody else stepped in order for it to be able to be out there.
Rooted and
And
ready
so
in action.
that is the thing that I think was so powerful because it confirmed that we were
Right.
rooted and ready, that we were so
Yes.
connected. We knew this is how to pivot. This is how to make this happen. This is how, you show up in here. This is what you do for that. Our girl Regina was traveling and she was able to, still bring forth her message. And so that's what I'm talking about.
Speak
When we are
life,
rooted
honey.
and
Speak
ready,
life.
and
That's it.
gave us, came through like she was right there in the building. Good morning, Shannon. How are you
That's
this
how you
morning?
know you have some Deborahs in the house. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is what Deborahs do.
Absolutely. Stand in the gap and carry the vision forward. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because sometimes things happen and you've got to be prepared to ensure that the vision is carried forward. But I'm going back to Doris because she said, I'm not tiptoeing through Tuesday, baby. Yes, the conference was amazing.
Yes, Angela, but I have to tell them how you broke down that tree. how you how she broke down a tree, honey. Like, it's so amazing how God will give you something like a tree.
Yep.
It's a tree. We see trees all day,
Mhm.
and we don't pay attention to the trees. The trees have assignments too.
Yeah, all the
Yes.
oxygen.
And if you take a look at the tree, it will give you some clarity.
Yes, it will.
Mhm.
It'll give you some clarity of where you're going. So how you broke it down from a tree, from a vision, from a tree, like, girl, that was nobody,
But God. You know what I'm
nobody
saying? But
but
the
God.
feedback has truly blessed her. Shannon Wright and Kathy were her rams in the bush.
Yep.
Amen.
Yes, and guys, listen, won't it be a ram in the bush? When
Won't
you
it?
Always.
least expect it, there's a ram in the bush. And so walk through life knowing that I may not know where I'm going, but whatever I need, God is always going to
God got
supply
it.
a ram in the bush. God is always going to have
Yeah.
something for me. I don't even have to be worried, have anxiety because God is he's a provider. You
He
know,
is.
experience that he is a provider. And that is such a beautiful thing. But listen, rooted and ready, we have that vision has been put
Yeah.
upon us, and now we
Yeah.
need to know. Because what I say before you start checking the fruit, you better make sure you check that root
The
and know that
roots.
you got to be grounded and ready.
Yes.
'Cause God is ready to use you and He's ready to bless you. And as long as you are rooted and ready, oh my
As
God, God
long
has got
as
you.
you are
Ain't
rooted
no
and ready.
stopping us now. We keep saying that. Ain't no stopping us now because we are rooted and ready
Right.
in
Yeah.
all things that God has for us. But
Yes.
then, y'all, listen, we want. I don't know about y'all, but and besides the Rooted and Ready conference, the next thing that was the buzz all over the internet
All
this
over it.
weekend was Tyler Perry's movie Straw.
The straw. I mean, I know
Well,
it's not called the straw, but that was the straw.
let's put that on a sticky note. Yes. Y'all, if you have not seen it, make sure that you see it. And let me put it out there because as much as the three of us were like, oh my God, that movie was so amazing. And everybody has, just said so many great things about Taraji P. Henson's
Yes,
performance in
she
it. She
showed
did
out.
excellent. She did an excellent portrayal. When Pat said, yes, come on, excellent
She
movie.
said,
I've already watched it twice. I think I'm gonna have to look at it the second
me
time as
too.
well
Because I
because
know I
it's
probably missed
always
some things.
missing. But I want to go back and see if I can catch the ending, if I can see the little signs in the head. You know what I'm saying? Because people were looking kind of weird. And
Yeah,
it was so many underlying messages.
it
That's what we got to talk about
was.
today. The underlying messages and the things that you get from that. And so it was a lot of people, just as much as we're saying excellent movie, it was
Yeah.
people who were saying it was the worst movie ever. I heard
And,
somebody say it's
but I
the
don't know how they got that,
And
though.
then a
Like,
lot of them said it was a jump off of John Q.
yes, yes,
okay,
yes. I saw that.
And
I
so
Mhm.
mean,
that's what I'm saying. To have, and then it says that some people were saying, it didn't make me shed a tear. I mean, it was a good movie. It had a good plot.
I don't
Yeah.
know what.
Well, you know what? This is the thing that I think first and foremost, Tyler Perry don't give a you know what about what anybody got to say about that movie.
He
Just
unbothered.
believe that he doesn't care.
Unbothered.
But the thing about it is the acting from Taraji,
Yeah.
from Sherry Shepherd, from Tiana Taylor was on point.
Yes, on
They
point.
did an
They
amazing
Yeah.
did
job
that.
because they made the characters believable. And this is the
Yes.
thing: the young lady that was in the bank that felt like,
Tease
Oh
ya.
yeah,
y'all,
yeah, yeah,
that is because society has made us so cynical
yeah.
and
Mm.
so desensitized to what other people are going through.
That's true.
And
Yes.
so when you understand that point, then you can understand why people didn't think it was such a great movie.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because people are desensitized to other people's problems.
Yeah.
They're desensitized to, well, if I'm over here, honey, and I can eat meat, lamb chops and filet
Then
mignon,
I'm good.
why can't you? You need to get out here and working hard like I do. You need to go out here and do this. Or if you got a good man in your life that helps you, you can't, sometimes you forget that other people don't have that same type
Exactly.
of
No.
assistance. It should have made you shed a tear or have some compassion. Because at
Yes,
the end of the day, the reality is a whole lot of people go through the same struggle. And if you haven't
exactly.
been through it, if you're not going through it now, maybe you've been there, done that. Maybe
Been
your
there,
mama
done
went
that.
through that. Maybe your grandmother went through that.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many women, and at the end of the day, Tyler Perry showed the Black woman's perspective of that. But
Yeah.
other countries have that too.
Because
White
if
people.
we would have had just a regular angry black woman showing
Mhm,
her tail, jumping up and down, having sex from the beginning to the end, then everybody would have been good with that. But
mhm.
what he was saying, what I received so much out of it. But one of the things we are all at a straw, like just because we feel look like we got it together and everything is all made up, and
It's like that straw that broke the camel's back. Okay.
Yes,
we
the
all
last straw that takes you from being good to
I'm ready to blow this place
homelessness.
up.
So you snap.
Homelessness. When you think about people who go, you know how they always talk about the laugh about the postal worker. You know, and that's a sign of somebody who just snapped and went and did something.
Yes.
But you know
One
what he did
straw.
when I seen it, honestly, and people, they because some people had said that, oh my God, that happened. So many things happen in one day. Okay, but if you break it down, we don't have all day. He broke down every scenario that could happen per person to where you, and each one had some intense of an emotion breakdown to where it's like, okay, how do I get out of this? You know what I'm saying? And are you,
Right.
where are you at that moment? Because not everybody's willing to have compassion to
Mm-hmm.
say, you know what, I'm in a crisis right now. Who can I call that I know that would say, you know what, if I have it, here we go. If I
Yeah.
don't hold it against me. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Don't hold
Right.
it against me.
Don't hold it
Like
against me.
exactly. Just like when Sinbad was the man that was,
See?
in the wheelchair. You know how you see people all the time to be sitting, or even people
Right.
who on the side of the road with
Yep.
signs to say, help me. Or they're in front of the grocery store saying, help me feed my kids or whatever. And some of them have their children out there with them. And you wonder, we're so desensitized to think everybody's running game.
Yes. It's
Everybody,
a scam.
and for people who said that's so much for that one day,
Yeah.
we got to get out of the mentality of thinking that. Bottom line, if one of them happened to certain people, they will snap.
Exactly.
One.
Showing you
One.
different scenarios, but if one happened, if somebody told you, "I'll blow your brains out the next time I see you," wouldn't that be
Ex-
traumatizing to you?
yes. Yeah. And then not only did he say it, you have witness around. You heard that man tell me, like,
Right?
and you just
And you
gonna stand there?
and you're just gonna let it. You're not gonna. I'm supposed to trust you to be there for me. I'm gonna go back up to Reverend Pat's comment. She said those are haters. Some people criticize the movie that hadn't even watched it. Taraji says she loves those roles because it allows others to see what some people go through, and that is so
Exactly.
true. Plus, Tyler paid her 4 times her normal wage.
She
I've been
did. She
there where
said
I've
that.
almost reached the breaking point. And
Yes.
so
Yeah.
many people, if they're honest, have been there too. It's
And
been times
everybody
where
has an
you
edge.
have been frustrated. It's times where you've been overwhelmed. It's times where you just want to sit down and cry because somebody has done something
Yeah.
to you. From in the course of the time, you think about people get evicted.
Yes.
Imagine pulling up and your stuff is outside on the
Man, sitting
street
out there
and
and
you
they
don't
having
know
a
where
And,
you're
field
going.
day.
and you already at a breaking point. Your child is
You're
already
already
sick.
struggling.
You already have all these things are already against you. And then you pull up just because I didn't make it here at 10:30 a.m. I told you I was bringing you your money. What's the difference between 10:30 a.m. and 5 p.m.? But some people don't like it's
Right.
that
They
matter.
didn't care if
Like
she had
I
a
have
kid.
zero tolerance for anything.
Mhm.
Right. They didn't care if she had a
However, when she went live and started speaking about what all
You see
happened,
what she did?
now they were sitting down looking at it and feeling some type of way, like,
right.
oh
Feeling some
man,
type of way.
didn't know that all that was going on. And we gotta challenge ourselves to get to a place where you say, I don't have to know what's going on.
I
I don't
don't.
have to be in your business. You
Exactly.
don't have to give me every detail. But if
No,
you come to
exactly.
me and I can do it, because even the Bible, I'm gonna catch Reverend Pat's comment first. She says Tyler is a Christian. Instead of comparing the movie to John Q, consider what happened to Job in
In
one
one
day.
day.
And
In
if you
one
read the
day.
Bible, you know the things that happened to Job. And then I lost my thought. I should have went first. But
But it's so much.
it's the thought process
But that's
of
that comparison. Why does everybody, like, why do we have to compare everything to something?
exactly,
Like, why
exactly.
can't you just let this movie be the, what does John Q have to do with this? Nothing.
Thank you. Not anything, because John was trying to save his child.
Yes, he was
You
in
know,
the
so I
hospital.
mean, it's not, and I don't want to. I
Well, there's
really don't want
always
to
should be
spoil it.
some kind of a death of survival when it comes to your kid. It doesn't matter. Like you know what? You're gonna do your thing for your child. I'm gonna do my thing for my child. Hey,
Thank
we all.
you.
It don't matter what kind of intent. A parent is going to go above and beyond. You should.
You should.
Yeah.
You know what, Regina? I was thinking, because you look at people and you really don't know what they. Because at
You,
this stage of the game, honestly speaking, I will go to hell or jail for mine.
Don't mess.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all I gotta say.
That's
Don't
where I'm
mess.
at. And some people can relate and some people can't.
yes.
We have to get to
But my
understanding.
thing is, if you can't relate, what happened to be quiet? Like,
Yeah.
why do you have to, oh, this is a terrible movie? I'm over these people that don't understand what somebody's going through. So then they put their mouth on people. Like, just
That's
you
because
don't
they're miserable.
understand
Their
it.
life is miserable. They feel terrible. So
But like
everything
Brother
that they
Pat
feel
said,
comes out of
hey,
their mouth. They're terrible. You know what? People say that, and I say, "Oh wow, you must be really terrible."
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. I had to ask God to forgive me because I saw somebody post how she doesn't like it, like the movie, and I was like, I started viewing her in a different way. God was like, okay, Sparkle, because it did, like, if you can't understand somebody's struggle just because you are living in your fancy house and driving your fancy car and eating and choosing what you, I started feeling some kind of way. I did.
Right.
because what if you lost it? This is the thing. Number
Hey, we
one,
got somebody's
the way
on
that,
IG saying something too. So let me know when you're ready to hear them after you get done talking.
okay, I'm gonna go to Reverend Pat real quick. She said, been there and lost everything, and my daughter had just had a baby. Let's just be transparent about life. But this is the
Yes.
thing, when we start being very judgmental,
Right.
and that's really all it is. People are very judgmental when it's not you.
Right.
But again, you have no clue. You are one thing away from have a major illness and see how things change. You want people to have
Right.
compassion for you.
Man.
Go through a divorce with somebody that you love, that no longer wants you. See
That
how
no
things
longer
change.
wants you.
Go through a losing your job and you don't have anything saved up. You were just going through life and you don't have anything to fall back on. And the people that you think may help you aren't.
Those, I'm telling you, don't
It's
count
so
on those. Those are the ones that's not going to help you.
exactly. It because sometimes people already feel some type of way and you never know it until something hits. And then they like, well, you know, you should have, she did too much anyway. She should have never got that house.
But
She
you know
should
what?
have
To be on the
that
real,
car.
can I be
You
real?
know,
Even about this
Angela,
movie?
if you ain't saying a word right there, people
Right.
will quit. Didn't nobody tell her to go out and get that $1 million house?
Right.
Now what she gonna do? But nobody wants to talk about what she's gonna do. But you're not talking about what could I do? What game plan could I help her with? What could I, like, how could I help her in just some kind of way? Can you say you want, you know what, every Wednesday?
The same way she paused to help Sinbad is the
Yeah.
same way that even in the midst, she was just like, I ain't got much. Here,
Right.
She pulled change out, y'all. You know, most people look at change like it's just,
Hey,
oh,
it's
that's
money.
just
It's
a piece.
currency. It's currency. You know what I'm saying?
One person said, if you don't like this movie, don't watch them and stop following him. Baby, I unfollow some folk quick. And you know what? I feel like that about Beyonce.
Yeah.
It's so many people who don't like Beyonce and they got so much to say. If you don't like her, why are you looking at stuff that has to do with her? Why are you clicking on a reel when you see the reel clearly shows Beyonce is in this clip? If you don't like her,
Because they mad. They mad that nobody's paying $500 and up to come see them. Nobody's even paying $2 to come see them. So
Exactly.
don't underestimate her just because people are willing to pay whatever to see her. That's on her.
That's their business if they want to waste their money on something that you don't believe in. You know what I'm saying? But you know what the realness of this when I was taken out of it, really, all those scenarios everybody looks at as a single parent, right? Okay, but if you think of what's going on now in society, any of one of those right now could hit you at any moment, at any second. So when
You
we're
gotta
saying
say
we're
it,
rooted,
Regina.
when we say we're rooted and ready, are you rooted and ready in the Most High God? Because anything, y'all, it's
Anything.
deeper than that. You
Anything.
know what I'm saying? The Bible prophecies have to play out, y'all. So are you rooted and ready for it? Your
Are
own
you
self.
rooted and ready for? That's good. You know
But
what?
then God will never put more on you than you can bear. Like, I know that
So
that's
you better be
hard to
equipped. You
swallow.
better be equipped because
I
if
know
He was
that
not
that's
going to
a
put nothing
hard
on you, you
swallow.
better be equipped.
But the things like it's necessary. I wouldn't take my life. I wouldn't ask God to do my life any different. Because those necessary moments that happened in my life, I remember when I was depressed and suicide, and my daughter was taking care of me. Instead of me taking care of her, she was taking care of me as a child. So I remember, like, those things, those thoughts, like, no, I'm not still living in it, but I'm living through it. The lessons that I learned, how to focus on life, how to trust God, even in the spite of things. That might be me.
That might be me with the keep cutting off the Social Security. Let me tell you this. It was a storm here in Georgia on Saturday. And Dwayne was and I was driving down the street. We was getting ready to go get something to eat. And I saw where a tree had fallen down on this building.
Mm.
Imagine that's your business and a tree
You
falls
just
down
paid it
on your
off.
business.
Let's really set it up. You just paid it off. You have worked that hard all these years to finally get this building paid off. It's yours now. You can celebrate it. It's mine. It's mine. Just in a second. You know how long a storm lasts? It's half of a
Girl,
second.
it was pouring down and storming on the way back. Nothing.
Nothing.
That is from hurricanes to earthquakes to hail damage. You don't know what's going to change. Let's take it even further when you start playing with people's money, because most people are fool when it comes to your money. Well, when you invest and you think, you know what, I'm going to invest in this, I'm getting ready to put my stuff here, and then things go haywire, and you wake up and your account is $50,000 less than what it was, and that's what you, or $100,000 less than what it
And that's
was,
what you have
all
planned
because the
on.
stock market changed, and that's what you were going to retire on. That's what you were going to, and now you got to figure out, well, what are we going to do? Because our house is not paid off. What are we going to do when the medicine that I need to stay alive is $500? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
It's so many straws, and the fact
So
that
many
people
straws.
can't be compassionate, or that your brain won't allow you to consider the possibilities. Come on, y'all, we got to be better.
We
As a
have to do
community,
better.
we have got to be better. And Brother Payne said we need to do a whole live
We
about
really
this
do.
movie. This is an important topic. Why are the melanin folk so quick to tear one another down, particularly with where we came from? We should not. Looking at our ancestors and all the things they went through, you don't think they had multiple strong moments? You don't think?
You think that they didn't have
No.
no straws? You think that they kept feeding your butt? Your butt kept asking for stuff,
Right.
and they knew
could
they
you be
didn't
getting
have
whipped
it.
right now? I mean, literally, come on. Somebody coming here trying to whoop you. Come on now.
Come on, exactly.
I'm telling you.
Or hang you right now. You passing by people hanging from a tree now, and you saw that. That used to be people's reality. Like, I don't even want to go somewhere because if I walk down here, they may try to get me and hang me. That was the
Yes.
reality for melanin people back in the day. And back in the day wasn't that long
It
ago.
was not that long
What do
ago.
you think's going on today?
Yes.
It's people
Not,
that at the
and
time
it wasn't because they didn't work. It wasn't because they didn't get out there. They did all they could. Just like some of us, like, we don't understand how many people right this moment is still living. That is their true life. That is their true life. They
Like
are
right
trying
now.
to keep from snapping.
after straw.
After straw.
Yes, well, Regina, read
And
a copy
she
from
didn't get a
IG what you
break.
were going to read.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. It says, because people don't really see the thin line someone is walking, that it is why I always walk with light, because we never know what anyone else is going through. That's Dana.
That's so true.
Do you
That
know
is
how many people are blank? They are aimlessly walking through life because life has hit them so hard that they don't even live. They just
yes, they're numb. They're
they're
numb.
numb
They're just
too.
living a norm. Like they are numb right now.
Right.
Like
Yes.
and how do I like that movie touched my heart because yes, I have never been evicted, but I'm telling you, I'm sure it's plenty of times I came very close.
You was evicted up here, remember?
Oh yes, please. Now eviction
Hello.
in my brain, it might did not physically happen, but up here.
You were checked out.
Up here, and just because God has worked on me and done some things, it's still sometimes that I gotta say, okay, God, I'm getting ready to snap. Like I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to. Just because you have learned a little self-control.
Right, a little. And
A
we're
little.
still working on it. We're still
Don't
working on
sit
it.
there and say your self-control is on an overflow. You're not on no overflow.
No.
You still just have that little mustard seed, that little mustard seed, and I'm just riding on this mustard seed. Lord, 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 Lord.
And you know what? A lot of people said something about the ones that went through like the scarecrow.
Scarecrow, come on.
So many people had comments about, where was the men at? Because it didn't show. It really didn't say anything about the child's father.
You
It didn't
don't
show
know
anything
what.
about her. But the reality is for a lot of women, they don't have men in their life
No,
that can help them, that
no,
can bear the load, that can
no.
share the burden with. And I think that maybe that was purposely done.
It was.
Purposely done to let people know that you have to be, like she said, you have to be careful who you have kids with. You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Because some people just out here doing what they do and they're not trying to be bothered with a child.
Yes.
Right, at
And
all.
sometimes you have to, or sometimes, you need some help, but your mama in just as bad of a situation as you are. Your sister is in a worse
She don't
situation
have
than
no
you are.
extra.
You don't have, yes.
Right.
So
Right.
the thing about it is, if you don't get anything else from this movie, get compassion.
Get just some compassion, just a
Get
little bit.
compassion about what other people go through, because you could be sitting in church beside somebody who don't even know how they're going to eat later that day.
That has no
That's
clue. And then have some compassion. People like, why she keep looking at me? Why she keep staring at me? Why she keep watching you? Because she want that sandwich that you have in your hand, and you don't even realize how good that sandwich looks to her in her eyes, and you sitting over there picking on it.
Yeah.
From Pat said, honey, I remember being on a job interview after my divorce, and they switched up the position that I wasn't ready for. Honey, I broke down so bad, crying and saying, I need this job, that the people started trying to find me another position. I was doing that ugly cry.
Hey.
Because people don't know. Sometimes you depend. Do y'all know on Set It Off when that girl said, I need that money?
I need
She
it.
meant that I need that money. And
And
people
if you
don't
want to compare
understand.
John Q, he was like, no, my son needs this surgery.
He
No,
needs
somebody,
it.
he snapped. Yes, he said, no, somebody is getting ready to have this surgery for my child, because my child will live and not die. See, he was on living survivor right now. All he was focused on was my child's going to live. I'm not going to let my child just die.
Right, no.
Right. Right.
And that's how we are.
Not while I'm breathing. Not on my watch. We're not doing that. We're not.
Yes, we all have been it put me in a, like, I'm telling you, I was over there like, God, I was like, Tyler and God, y'all
you should
just
be grateful
teamed up
for
like
something
that.
that
Y'all really
God
just
brought you out of.
did that in one movie.
Girl.
And yes, the ending was crooked. The ending was like, really? This is how we gonna end? But if you know Tyler, he gonna do that's what he does. Like, he always leave you out there want more. It's called part of the strategy. That's why the man is anointed to do what he does. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, it's a straw two coming. So it's coming. It's coming.
And the thing about it, when you talk about empowerment,
Mm-hmm.
what we're trying to say is compassion empowers you.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it
Get you
does.
some compassion for
Yes.
people, for situations, for life, period. Even if you're in a good space, have compassion because, like Reverend Pat said, the ending
And then
was the
was the
message,
message, y'all. Okay.
period. The ending was the message. And in all the things, go back. But again, two things. If you don't like something, you don't have to be a part of it.
You
If you
really
don't agree with
don't.
something, shut your mouth. It doesn't
Shut
always require you to feel like sometimes we feel like we got to comment on everything.
your
You don't.
opinion.
You
Mhm.
do not. If it's not what they say, if you ain't got nothing good to say,
Don't say nothing at all. That was a basic principle that you should have learned when you was 2. If you don't have anything good to say, then don't say nothing at
You're right
all.
about that, though. You surely are right
you
about that.
don't
At
like
2 years
somebody,
old,
if
you
I
should
didn't
already
like
know,
Regina,
right?
if I didn't like Regina, I'm not going to be following Regina. I'm not going to be trying to
Yes.
see, oh, she
And
got
I'm
on
not
my nerves.
crit.
Every time I turn around, she posting up something. Girl, she showing them herbs and all
Right.
that.
Don't.
So
That's what
stick
I'm
on
saying.
with that.
A lot of people need to become unbothered with certain situations that are not beneficial to their mind. Period. I need
And,
peace
But
of
you
mind.
keep
and this
on
is what,
watching and see how God turns every situation that you put your mouth on. While you watching, go ahead and talk about how God and switched that around and turned it around and turned it around and turned it around. They
from
story
somebody
started
who
changing.
said they didn't. Reverend Pat said the most powerful statement in the movie when the female officer said, I see you.
I
Dr.
know.
Carolyn said, Dr.
It's so
Carolyn
much,
said
but
on
we
our
out of
show,
time because it's so much more of the movie that we didn't even have breaking down. But
right.
also
We might have to do a part two tomorrow.
when the bank teller had ran out and
Mhm.
that so you can't go back in there. She was like, "Oh yes, I can. I'm going back in there because
Because she needs somebody.
I'm not gonna leave her
Mhm.
alone. I'm not
Right,
leaving her in this by herself. Get
right.
your hands off of me because I'm going in there."
But
It's so many
for the
parts.
Melanin sisters, honey, listen, that was something to tell us that when they say, are you your sister's keeper?
Right.
You gotta be.
You
You
have to
gotta
be.
be. You gotta be able to say, I see you.
Right.
Yes.
And for somebody to know that I'm safe with you.
Yes.
All your business doesn't need to be told to everybody else. Just because somebody
No.
tells you don't mean you need to run and tell somebody else.
Even
People
if
don't
they
need to
part,
know.
Angela, I'm sorry. At this part, even if they hang in the little circle, just because they're part of the circle, well, I
Thank
can
you.
tell her because
Huh.
Right.
that's part of the circle. If she
Mhm.
wanted her to know,
She would have said it individually.
Exactly. And
I
like,
should
hey,
be
you know
able
what?
to
Like my
come to
granddaughter said,
Angela,
zip
and
it and put it in your pocket, baby.
yes, even though we mess with the same people, we stay in the same
And
rooms a lot of
well,
time.
why you didn't tell me such and such? Because it's not my place. It's not my that's not my it's not my story to tell.
It's your story.
No. No, and your sister keeper, the keeper, she needs to know that I can go to her and she's gonna keep it. She's going to keep
Yes,
it. She's gonna
yes.
watch over it. She's gonna pray over it. She's gonna see how I can help in any kind of way. Okay, yeah, we gotta get out of here.
Yes, Marika said she didn't see it, but it seems very relatable. I can say definitely understand it's different when you have walked in it. For sure,
Farika, I'm
for
telling
sure,
you, you should
for
watch
sure.
it, but make sure when you watch it, if you might
And
have to
some
turn it
people
off.
can't watch it
You
because
know
it's
what? To be
triggered.
honest with you, Farika. To be honest with you, when you did on your live and you were telling your story about that lady that came and helped you in your
Exactly.
apartment,
Yes.
that's
Exactly.
it. That's it,
Yes,
sis.
that's the
That's it, sis.
yes.
Look,
You are
it
so
it
right.
was it was similar
That's
to your
it.
story. Absolutely.
Yes. And
That's it.
somebody
That's
just
you,
showed up
Farika. All the
out of
way, baby.
nowhere. Yeah.
But
It's so much. It's
Miss
so
Wilson
much.
already gave us the benediction and we still done went over. I believe God. Come on,
I
Sparkle.
do. I
The
Turner
room is
Joy
turning
said
joy.
good morning. Good morning.
So listen, we
Good
don't
morning.
have a outro because whatever's going on with StreamYard
We
this
are the
morning.
outro.
So we are the outro. So we're gonna get ready just to end it and say bye. But Sparkle,
I
Brother
believe
Steph
God.
is coming on with the daily devotional. Make sure y'all check her out. Make sure y'all start supporting her. When I tell y'all God has downloaded some things for Reverend Pat that's about to blow your mind. Get connected with her. I'm telling y'all, it's an experience that you
It
need to have in
is.
your life. So y'all have an amazing day. Go ahead and do your thing, Sparkle, so we can I can hit in.
So you can hit in
So I can hit in, yeah.
and end.
With the quickness.
Rika, Brother Pat, do you believe God? Turner, do you believe God? Because we believe God over here. We believe God. Do you believe God? We believe God. We believe God. We will see you on Winning Wednesday. Have a blessed one.